Okay, who's home though?
Heat at Sixers, Hawks at Bulls.
Okay, all right. Do the Heat one first, Gabe.
Oh shit. Okay. Heat at Sixers, you said, right? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This is the first round of the play-in matchup in the Eastern Conference. We have the Miami Heat playing at the Philadelphia 76ers. Let us know who you guys got.
All right, and our predictions.
All right. Who do we actually got?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, since I said it, bro, this fraud organization is going down. Embiid is back. They're going to fuck up the Heat, bro. There's nothing. There is literally a 0.1% chance. 0.1% chance that the Heat actually win, and that the only way they win is if Jimmy Butler actually turns into Michael Jordan again. That's the only way they win.
No, I agree with him too, but the beat that the Heat don't have a chance of winning this game.
0.0 was crazy.
Okay,
maybe like one less zero. Maybe like
not
one
to
less
that
zero.
extent. Not to that extent, but I don't think they have a chance. Not a 0.000.
That's crazy. Like,
not a chance. I think.
I'm favoring the Celtics. I get that, but
I'll go get water. I'll be right back.
You know what I mean? It's not like the Hornets or something.
Yeah, no. They have
dark magic.
But I'm going to go with the 76ers because with Embiid coming back from injury, he's had a couple games to get his legs ready. And obviously, no one in the NBA can guard him when he's going. I think they have a better roster than the Miami Heat. Tyrese Maxey. Some people have him on All-NBA list. I don't, but he's been playing very well. Tobias Harris, you know how I feel about him, but he can go in the corner and make some threes maybe, and they can do something.
Man. You don't think
Tobias Harris over me is really bad?
You think he's not going to come in that timing against Tobias Harris?
Yeah, this is his redemption game. If you want to do something.
Yeah, he might shoot on him just because. He might put a 50 on him. At least once.
Do something. It's contract year time. Make your money in this
God.
Game.
You know how Jimmy is.
I think the only way the Heat win is if Jimmy Butler goes nuclear, like he usually does. If you get playoff Jimmy, then you have a chance. But other than that, I think the 76ers at home with Joel Embiid healthy is a force to be reckoned with, especially with how the Heat have been playing this year, and Jimmy Butler especially.
All right. Well, I unfortunately disagree. I think the Heat have a good chance of beating the Sixers. I think that they're still a little discombobulated, barely getting Embiid back. I think Embiid has I know he's finally back and he's healthy, but I don't think he's healthy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he's not gonna. I don't think he's at 100%, and I think he'd be better off not even going to the playoffs, honestly, because he's probably just gonna get hurt at this point. Like, if not first round, second round, he's gonna get hurt again. Yeah. I don't think there's any way rushing back from meniscus like that. It's gonna be beneficial for.
I don't think it was rushed. I actually think it was in a timely manner.
How long was he out? Was he even that long?
2 months.
A long time.
Yeah.
2 months is not even that. I mean, that's crazy.
If he couldn't go, he wouldn't have played, in my opinion.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
No, I mean, because Embiid, I don't know. Embiid's the type that he loves the game regardless. He wants to play.
I don't know about that. If he's actually hurt,
I don't know about the love the game, the regardless type of guy.
Nah, I mean, most players behind the scenes, they're still gonna want to play, especially with something like this on the line.
So then, why do you think the Heat will win?
I think the Heat will win. They haven't been as rolling as other teams, and especially as different years. But I do think that playoff Jimmy is a real thing. I don't think he's gonna go nuclear, but all you need is a better not even a 50, but it's just if he scores 30 something, you know what I mean? That's better than what he's been giving him lately.
Yeah,
as long as Bam has a good game and Tyler is not ass, they'd probably be fine.
They also have Rozier too, X Factor.
Yeah, it's Scary Terry. I forgot he was even over there.
We'll see.
Kelly Oubre has more aura than him.
Kelly Oubre has been nice. I'm always been a big fan of Kelly Oubre, but
that's another weapon that the 76ers have that can play very well.
I think Jimmy's hatred for Tobias Harris is gonna take over. So
hey, what if Hassan, imagine this scenario: Tobias Harris has a better game than Jimmy Butler, bro. I'm gonna be so livid if that happens.
Oh, Jimmy's
gonna be a
Tobias. You're never gonna hear me stop talking. You're never gonna hear me stop talking.
Yeah, no, that's probably gonna go viral. People are just gonna start reposting. If Tobias Harris has one good game and wins a game,
let me make a clip right now. Imagine.
Even if they don't win the series, or even if they don't that's their only win.
Yeah.
If that happens and they win the game, he's getting
his career will be made. He'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think
he should be in the Hall of Fame just for his bag. Tobias Harris, just how much money he made.
Dude, 300 million,
with the
bro.
no All Stars, yeah. About to
He's like,
get
I told Gabe he's like the Kirk Cousins of the NBA.
That's a good comparison.
That's what I
There's
said.
nothing in the playoffs.
Get the bag, ski.
I also said that was a good comparison. I watch ball.
All right, what about you?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think the Sixers are going to take it. The difference between them this year normally is that they don't have Doc Rivers as their coach anymore. Nick Nurse, nobody talks about that. As
That
you
is
know,
true. That is true.
without Joel Embiid in the lineup, even Maxey missed some games. They actually were still able to stay afloat, and even with all that, they still somehow almost made it out of the plane towards the end of the season when Embiid came back. So I think that's a lot to do with Nick Nurse putting players in the right position, just letting everyone feel comfortable in the role or empowering them. And I think that's going to make a difference this year compared to last year. And I think the Heat, I don't think they have the black magic. You know what I mean? 2 years in a row. You know, they've been struggling. I just don't know if they have it again. And I'm not saying that they're incapable. I think we'll talk about it, I guess, when it happens or on Friday. I think they're going to win the second play-in game because the other two teams aren't better than them. But I just don't think that they're going to be able to overcome, you know, all the struggles this year. And Jimmy Butler, as great as he is in the playoffs, you know, I just don't think. Oh, Rozier's out. I didn't even know if Rozier's out. That's going to hurt Tyler Hero.
Oh,
He just coming back from an injury. So, yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel confident in the Heat to do it again. I don't think they have the personnel. I think Bam is going to have his hands full, especially with this matchup in particular. And Embiid feeling good, feeling healthy. Maxey breaking out. Good coaching, good role players.
we forget too that last year they had Max Strus who was going crazy.
He literally won the game against Chicago.
Yeah, and Caleb Martin. Those three role players aren't there anymore, and they're not having like the momentum. I don't know anybody on the Heat that's had that momentum that those players had too. So Duncan Robinson even had some good games too. I don't think it'll help.
He's there and he'll be good, but yeah, they're relying on like Jovic and Jaime Jaquez this year, who I think are going to be good players, but it's just like they're so young. They're basically both rookies. You know?
Yeah, their stars aren't starring, and the rookies have to like compensate for it. But,
right.
Yeah.
I like that analogy, Hassan.
Stars aren't starring.
Stars aren't starring.
Yeah.
Me at the gym be like.
We can talk about the other booty matchup for the 9th and 10th seed. We got the Atlanta Hawks versus the Chicago Bulls. Who do you think's gonna win?
Yeah, let me get to this.
Battle of the mid.
The Bulls are taking this. No Jalen Johnson. Trae Young played like 2 games since coming back. I don't even know, like on a minutes restriction. And we know him and DeJounte don't work because the Hawks were better when only one of them was on the court this year. Their metrics, if you check them, they had a plus. I don't know what it was, but like a +6 or +7 with Trae Young only. They had like a +3, +4 with just DeJounte, and then they had a -7 with both of them all together. So you have no Jalen Johnson, so no real interior presence. Okongwu's been out. You're dealing with a lot of injuries. Trae Young just coming back, and having him play with DeJounte as your 2 stars who we know can't work together.
And they don't have chemistry either from the games he's been back. So
exactly. So I just think I think they're not going to win the Bulls, although you know they're mid as fuck. I think Kobe White has having a good season. He's a big piece for them. Vucevic is still a good player. DeMar is consistent. He plays a lot of games, and you can count him to stay healthy. Caruso, they literally have, you know, an answer to put on Trae Young right there. He's going to be hounding him all game. So I think they can win it. I just think the Hawks are very disappointing this year. They're going to go to the offseason and probably look to trade Trae or DeJounte at that point, and, you know, we'll figure it out what happens.
I agree with Bez. I'm going with the Bulls here. To add on to what you said, we've been talking about like Trae Young and DeJounte not working this whole season, and that one of them has to go. So I think they'll pull the trigger after a loss tomorrow. And like you said, with the Bulls, their chemistry, at least we know they're mid. We know what they bring with their midness, you know. He has a role. Like, we know Kobe White there to score. Ayo's there to play defense. Caruso's there to play defense. Vucevic, DeRozan, they do what they do. DeRozan, they give him the ball at the end of the game, is one of the clutch players of the year. At least they have a system that works and can actually win them this game. Where like Trae Young and the Hawks are all over the place. So one game you got DeJounte Murray shooting 40 shots, which never happened in the and it feels like an actual good system that would happen. But him and Trae Young barely playing 2 games coming back together is gonna be like a chemistry issue, I think. So I think the Bulls will pull this one through.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they still have a bit of a competitive spirit. Like I saw at the last game they played, even though they didn't win, it went down to the wire. You know, they fucking did everything they could. So
They
obviously
definitely
at
still
least
trying
trying.
to head off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that they'll come with a decent intensity because they still want a chance to make the playoffs at the end of the day. Like DeMar's still a competitive dude. I feel like hopefully he'll have a big game. There's not, like you said, Jalen Johnson's out. There's not whole lot of people there to even really defend him. So and Yak is out. So it's like Vucevic is still a solid player at the end of the day. Kobe White's having a historic year for himself. So it's just like, right now I think the Hawks are just too down bad to really overcome just a regular Bulls team, even without Zach LaVine.
Yeah, to just to add on to that, they're on a 4-game losing streak to end the season, and they lost by 40 points to the Pacers in the last game of the season. So,
God damn.
not really got they don't really got good momentum right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious what you have to say about like what's next for them. But I guess we'll cover that when they actually lose, because there's a lot of
the Hawks.
I said, I mean, I think we could I'm gonna touch on it a little, but I mentioned that DeJounte or Trey has to go, and I think that's basically their next decision, because you could trade DeJounte and kind of still continue to build around Trey, or if you're thinking, okay, we got Jalen Johnson and DeJounte, we kind of like what we saw with them, and we could get way more back for Trey Young than we can for DeJounte, obviously. So if that maybe is the move, like, oh, we want just more assets, and that's the way to go. I think they just have to figure out that decision. Maybe Clint Capella has to go. I mean, some of these players we've been talking about for years, like they've been on the team in trade rumors, and like we can tell they're not part of their long-term future, but they just be on the team.
You don't even know what their long-term future is, man.
No, but it's just like, well, yeah, for the Hawks. But I'm with these players like Clint Capella, it's like they're good starters, but it's like they're on a team without a direction. So it's like, you can't trade them for nothing, but you don't want to, have them be on his team until they just leave and walk away for nothing, or just,
Do they haven't extended Trey yet, right?
I don't know. Actually,
like the 250 million, 300 million.
Let's look up Trey Young's contract.
That's what I'm doing.
Or you can give your take, Gabe, too. Who do you think is going to win?
Bulls in 3, you know what I'm saying?
He's extended through 2027.
For how much?
For like 43 a year about.
Okay, so they did pay him.
He's making bread.
Yeah. I'd just say try to get rid of that contract and get assets for him. And DeJounte Murray showcased that he could do something with the team, and he's still an effective player. So
if I'm San Antonio, I'm trying to get Trey or DeJounte, to be honest.
Yeah.
We had the cousin. Me and Hassan had the insider information that's in the works.
For what?
Hey, if I'm the Spurs, I'm saying I'll give you your picks back for Trey.
Remember the same dude who said Harden to the Clippers early on?
Oh, yeah.
Remember he said the same thing. He said trade to the Spurs. So
that'd be
great. We're gonna test that dude's validity. He also said PG to the Lakers, so that one sounds kind of cap.
What is the early termination option, Bez? What does that mean? Like he can cancel his contract?
It's probably an option.
It's under his contract notes. Yeah, it says 26, 27 early termination option. Is that his choice or the team's?
That's probably his choice. Or the team's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's both. It's a team option, basically.
Oh, wait, that's the end of the... Bro, am I dumb? That's the end of this contract.
Okay, man. Make your selection, bro.
I didn't say early. It's so stupid.
Bulls or the other team?
Bulls in 3. Why is it so bright here? I have the Chicago Bulls winning this game for the same reasons you guys said. I think I was gonna say the Bulls right now match up a little bit better than to the Hawks. I like because I was watching the other game against the Knicks they were playing. When I was with Hassan, I was watching the Knicks game, and the Bulls were playing really, really, really good against a competent team. So I was basing my thought process on that. If they're this good right now, they're probably gonna beat the Hawks.
Get the Knicks, yeah.
Okay,
we can give our Eastern prediction against the Heat and
the Heat and the Bulls.
Heat and Bulls.
Heat and Bulls.
Yeah, for the
Who do you got winning the Heat and Bulls? Here, let me do a little.
Do the intro. We're at it all together. Tomorrow.
So if the Heat were to play if they do, we don't even have to say that.
Based on our predictions.
Heat and Bulls playing in the second playing game. Who do you got between them two?
Give me the Bulls, baby. Fuck the Heat. You know what I'm saying, dude. The Heat don't have.
That would be amazing if that would happen.
No, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna look dead face in the camera. I will bet $50 to any single person who thinks that the Bulls are gonna lose this game. The Bulls are gonna win.
They might not even win tomorrow, bro. Relax.
Yeah. Based off our prediction.
Back to back.
Based on our predictions, I'm going with the Heat. I think they're a better team. I think Vucevic is probably going to be not useless, but not as good with Bam Adebayo guarding him, and he obviously can't play defense as well. Vucevic, he's a liability defensively. I think that'll be a matchup that they take advantage of, and I think the Heat are just overall better team. There's a reason why the Bulls are the 10th seed in the East. They shouldn't even be in conversation, but you know what it is. I think the Heat will get the eighth seed and try their best to beat the Celtics. It'll be a good series.
I agree. I think the Heat are going to take it. As much as I would love to see the Bulls take them out, I just don't think they can do it. I still do think the Heat have enough to, handle business like against a team like the Bulls. But in the playoffs, that's kind of where that ends for me. But they'll be able to beat the Chicago Bulls in the playing game. I think with Eric Spoelstra.
That too, coaching difference. That guy's a guru.
Yeah.
Who you guys have, Omari?
In what?
Bulls versus Heat.
Oh, just assuming they both win.
Yeah, based on our predictions.
Yeah. I'm gonna still probably give it to the Heat. I feel like they still have to have a more talented team overall. So I feel like I just feel like they beat them pretty soundly. The Bulls have been struggling at the end of the day.